Hello guys, once again a very warm welcome to our YouTube channel Legal Pathagar. First of all, I would like to congratulate all of you guys since you have received your admit cards by now. And I would also like to thank 20 to 25 odd students who had personally called us, and as they were facing difficulty with their admit card downloads, they came to our college Hajra campus and we gave them their admit cards. And secondly, I would also like to mention that this is our very last video regarding the series of current affairs which we have covered in this YouTube channel of ours over the last 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, so today our topic of discussion is privatization of Indian Railways. Yes, privatization of Indian Railways. At the very outset, I would like to mention that Indian Railways operates two kinds of trains. Yes, number one is passenger trains and number two is goods trains or freight trains, or we also say malgadi. Right. So when we try to understand the concept of privatization of Indian Railways, we mean privatization of passenger trains only. Yes, this is a golden statement of mine. Privatization means at the present day only privatization of passenger trains, because privatization of goods or freight trains had already taken place a long time back, around 15 to 20 years back, and they have their own business models, because the private companies have their own monopoly, you can say, in respect of goods trains. So when it comes to privatization of Indian Railways, today we mean privatization of passenger trains only. Okay, now the process of privatization of passenger trains started in 2019 itself. Okay, when a group of secretaries headed by Niti Aayog, NITI, Niti Aayog CEO means Chief Executive Officer, Amitabh Kant. The name is very important and I repeat the name. Amitabh Kant, AMITABH, Amitabh Kant, KANT, presided over the matter to expedite the process so as to faster the process. Now the next thing to be understood, has whether privatization of Indian Railways really taken place? The answer is no. Privatization of Indian Railways has not taken place. Rather, what we are following is a PPP model, that is public-private partnership model, and this process is being applied for 151 private trains for a time span of 35 years. I repeat, the numbers are important. 151 private trains for a time span of 35 years. Now, the next question which we need to understand, why do we need the private companies or the private players when the Indian Railways is a government sector, it's a public owned company? There are three separate reasons for this. Number one, the Indian government requires an investment of rupees 50 lakh crore. Yes, rupees 50 lakh crore in various rail projects up to 2030, and the government has not provided for the spending of such a big amount of money in its union budget 2019. Thus, we need the private players to help the government in the financial sector and provide with the necessary stability. Reason 2, punctuality is a very big problem in Indian train services. So with the private sector becoming a part of Indian Railways, we are expected to receive prompt and punctual services from now on. And reason 3, it is estimated that 70% of the goods trains will shift to the upcoming dedicated freight corridors from December 2021. That is, from December 2021, there would be separate tracks that would be applicable, that would be allowed only for the goods trains, and no passenger trains will be running in those tracks. So what will happen? A lot of free space will come up. So in those free space, new passenger trains will be introduced, which would be run by the private companies. So these are the three separate reasons why private companies will play a major role in the Indian railways in the upcoming future. Okay. Now, two advantages of privatization of Indian railways. Number one, it will lead to more punctuality. And number two, there would be super fast trains which will provide us good services. An example, Tejas Express. Mind you, Tejas Express is the first private run super fast train in India which operates from Lucknow to Delhi route. Okay, now one biggest disadvantage of privatization of railways. It will basically create a divide and rule theory. Divide and rule, yes. There would be a division in between the rich and the poor. Only the rich can afford the high fares which will be charged by the private companies, whereas the poor or the middle class will be deprived of getting services of these super fast trains because their fares will be higher than the trains run by the Indian government or the Indian railways. So this was a bit of coverage regarding our current affairs. Last topic, privatization of Indian railways, and this topic of ours will be very important as we proceed to our entrance exams, various entrance exams, not only CU as well as the other entrance exams coming in near future. Thank you students, we will be meeting very soon. Thank you once again.